Hey guys, how you guys doing? We got another video here, a weekly update, or rather, a update of what's been going on the last 10 days or so. I've been out of town, haven't made videos. I know you guys have missed my voice, and I've missed doing this. My dog hasn't missed me one bit. She was, probably speaking with her handlers, like, oh, dude, we finally got rid of him. The globalists have won. I was on vacation, guys. Went somewhere pretty nice, but not too nice, right? Because I'm not a globalist. Still had a Miller Lite in my hand at all times, if you know what I mean. What better way to celebrate the impending apocalypse that was going to happen? You know what really threw me off? Because I was in the South and I was in a region that a lot of people were visiting because of the solar eclipse. And I love all these people online who were talking about all this crazy stuff that was going to happen because of the eclipse. And it just blew my mind, because every time something like this happens, the eclipses happen all the time, One of this nature hasn't happened in what, like 38 years, 42 years, something like that. But it wasn't the end of the world. I was really sad to see a couple really credible people that I watch, usually on the daily, talking about, oh, these are top 10 things that could happen during the solar eclipse. Nothing happened. When you looked at the sun, it burns your eyes. That's what happens. And no one went blind, I don't think. But guys, there was a lot going on over the past 10 days that I want to talk about. All right, we want to talk about China, of course, the United States of America, North Korea, Russia, NATO. All right, let's jump right into it. All right, it seemed to, from the mainstream media's perspective, they seem to be ramping up the last day or two on North Korea again. But about 5, 6, 7 days ago, Pyongyang came out and talked about how they had plans to strike Guam, and I think that was one of the last videos I did. But of course they didn't. Obviously they're not going to do that. Obviously they're not going to launch missiles towards Guam right now. That wouldn't make any sense, especially with these large military drills going on. If there's going to be a response to the military drills, they'll happen when the military drills are over. It's the only logical explanation. I know when you're talking North Korea and logical explanations, those two don't go hand in hand. You're like, whoa, dude, leveraging liberty? Oh my gosh, you're not making any sense here. Well, bear with me, guys, all right? Basically, it seemed like this was kind of a small victory for Trump, even though the mainstream media didn't give it to him, because North Korea seemed to, quote-unquote, back down. But they're not backing down. Just because we haven't got this constant barrage of missile tests doesn't mean they're backing down. Rex Tillerson and Trump both came out and stated that North Korea looks like they're really respecting us. They might want to come to the table because these missile tests haven't happened. Okay, it's been 3 weeks? All right, give it time, guys. North Korea is definitely gonna test more missiles. I mean, the KCNA, their media propaganda machine that's state-run, almost every day comes out and says they want to blow up the United States and that Trump's this big old loser, and they put out pictures, and I don't know if they put these pictures out on purpose or what, but a lot of them are showing new missiles that they have, new designs. So, they didn't back down. All right, that's just the mainstream media pushing an agenda, because what was more important was things with China, things with Russia. Russia has big war games going on their western front right now, right on the border with a couple Baltic nations, with NATO, with the Ukraine. The Ukraine's really been heating up as of late. The U.S. is thinking about sending over actual lethal weapons. So basically with the Ukraine, the U.S. has been supplying a lot of different things to the Ukraine, but we haven't sent anything lethal. We would send over Humvees, but we'd take the 50 cals off the back, right? We haven't given them any weapons, offensive weapons in that nature. But apparently the Congress is thinking about it. Trump is completely doing a 180 on campaign promises. He wants to send more troops to Afghanistan. I have no idea why. I'm not an interventionist. I think the U.S. should only get into wars when it's in our matter of defense or the defense of an ally. And we've been in Afghanistan for a long time. People, these kids that are going to get deployed, some of them may have been born after this war started, and that is insane. That is insane. But, you know, Trump's doing a 180. He's going against his promises. But, you know, we're seeing a lot of changes with the White House, right? There's a lot of generals being put in the White House at different positions right now. It's just, it makes you wonder what's the end goal here. World War III definitely looks more prevalent now than it did 6 months ago, than it did a year ago. All right, switching up gears a little bit, talking about China. China and Pakistan, their relations are getting closer and closer day by day. And why is that? Because China and India have kind of, you know, been a little spat at the Clone region. They're having this border dispute, and China has... Yeah, this is somewhere where, you know, China may have backed down because they gave them a certain deadline. I forget what the actual day of the deadline was. Like I said, guys, when I do these videos, I kind of just... I read the news of what I do every day, and then I kind of go off little bullet points here. So if I misrepresent some information, I'm sorry. But I know they did have a deadline. I forget exactly what the date was, but I'm pretty sure it's passed and nothing's really happened. Chinese state-run media is still coming out and stating, hey, India will blow the hell out of you. This is all India's fault. All we're trying to do is build a road, guys. The roads, guys. That's all we're trying to do. It's something that isn't going to have a peaceful end. Just like the whole North Korea situation. When you have Rex Tillerson coming out and stating that, you know, oh, we might bring North Korea to the table, that it's not going to happen. North Korea has stated like 20 times, like they have to reiterate themselves every time, hey, our missile program and nuclear program is not going to be on the table. And just because for 3 weeks we don't launch a missile doesn't mean, hey, we're becoming more and more friendly. We respect you more. It's not the case. And it just blows my mind that the Trump administration is acting like this. You know, that's at face value. I'm sure behind the scenes, a preemptive strike has been planned out. It's been planned out. It's ready right when Trump wants to do it. Another thing with North Korea, which this came out, article came out stating that Russia buzzed North Korea with bombers, with nuclear bombers, but really, it was a show of force towards North Korea. But I don't see it as that, because, like you guys know, what I've been talking about for the past couple months now, like 2 months that I've been on YouTube. I think that Russia, China, North Korea, Syria, Iran, they're forming this Axis power, Pakistan as well now. And the lines are being drawn for World War III. And so I think this was more to show Japan, South Korea, the United States, that, hey, we have bombers too, because the United States have been flying their B-1B bombers from Guam and buzzing the DMZ. They've done it multiple times now. But the mainstream media is going to push everything for North Korea to be the bad guy, kind of like they started to again today. You know, they do it in spats, guys. They don't hit you with all this information and just continuously do it, because, you know, people lose interest really easily, and that's why they switch their front pages so fast all the time. But they, you know, North Korea is definitely a big old enemy. So if a war were to break out, and when it does, because I think it's going to happen, you know, it's inevitable. It's just when is it going to occur? You know, and I stated about a month ago that I thought August, September was a time frame where I saw a strike from the United States on North Korea happening. I think it depends on how North Korea reacts from these massive drills that are going on. You know, we'll have to see what happens. I'm sure more missile tests are going to happen. They're upgrading their solid fuel engines, they're upgrading their missiles, they're upgrading their warheads. Kim Jong-un's telling his people, hey, push out more warheads, build more missiles. And Rex Tillerson's like, oh, I'm hearing all this. We're friends now, right? Nope, I don't know what the hell the Trump administration is doing. But guys, I'm back. All right, better than ever. Not hungover, it's great. The Miller Lite's all gone. As more information comes out, guys, I'm going to be pumping out these videos for you guys, because we need to pass this information along. Stuff like this is stuff we have to keep our eyes on, be on top of. because the mainstream media is going to push their stuff. All right, these nations are going to do all these backdoor deals and all these backdoor actions that are going to lead to the suffering of the general population, and that's what we're here to inform you guys about. All right, make sure to check back, subscribe, like the video, and until next time, guys, keep your eyes to the skies and keep praying, guys. Keep praying.